Hey YouTube, it's Tanya, and I am 4 years and 9 months out from VSG surgery, and I am coming in. I've been kind of reluctant to do this, but now I want to. So let me give you a little update on all the things I've been doing. I think the last time I came in was right after WLSFA, so just doing fun summer activities. We've done traveling and blah blah blah. What has brought me to where I am right now, the thing that I want to talk about is I went back and watched several of my videos over the years, and my highest weight ever was like in the 290s. That was way before I started this weight loss journey. When I had started the VSG journey, I was 273, 274, something like that. And then my lowest maintained was about in the 160s. 164 was always my happy number, and I stayed there for a couple of years. And I went back and looked at my videos, and 2 years ago from now, just about August 2014, I was about 175, so I was about 10 pounds up from that low weight. And then last year I was about 185, so another 10 pounds up from that weight. And so this year I've been working real hard to not get out of the 180s. And I know in the very beginning of the year, like in January, I want to say, I think it was January. No, it might have been in December of last year. Yeah, I think it was December. I saw like 191 and I was like, holy shit. And I put on the brakes and really started to focus on tightening up, because I could see it like just slowly creeping back on, and I didn't want to be 195 at this time, a year later. So I've done things on and off. In the beginning of the year, I did a bunch of stuff trying to tighten up and calorie restrict and just tighten up as much as I can to try. I was trying to work to get back down to at least 175, and it just didn't happen. And so all summer, spring and summer, I probably bounced between 186 and 189. Working real hard to get back down to like the 186, 185 number. And then, if I don't pay attention for a couple of weeks, boom, back up to the 189. And I've been okay with it, because, it's not horrible. Like when I was 270s or 290s, if somebody said you could be in the 180s, I'd be like, hell yeah. But I'm just frustrated because I've been working so hard in the gym. I'm really, really loving my step class, and to the point where I've even thought about trying to teach it, to get to a point where I could teach step. So I'm solid with my workouts and all, and I'll tell my husband, like, sometimes, it kind of sucks that I have to work this hard to stay this chubby. And it does. Like, you'd think that I would, like, the way I focus on food and working out, that I would be thinner, but I'm not. That's my metabolism, I guess. So, maybe a month ago, I want to say, I made 2 videos for a fitness group that I'm in, showing the ab routines that I do, 2 or 3 times a week. And people, had asked, what I do. And so I made those videos. I like the exercises that I do, but when I watched those videos back and I saw the way I looked, I'm like, ugh, that is really not what I want to look like. I want to be firmer and smaller and just look a bit more fit. So I was really disappointed in myself, and that was really motivating for me to try again, to get back down and stop being okay with where I am. So we had a beach trip at the end of July, the last week of July, and so I think I had 5 weeks to get ready for that. And I was like, okay, I want to be below 185, or at least at 185 for that trip. And I worked my ass off, exercising, water, watching what I ate, all that stuff. And I was only 186. I only lost like 3 pounds in those 6 weeks. And I knew I worked hard. I knew I watched what I was doing, and it just wasn't good enough. And you get that defeated feeling when you're like, I'm working so hard. Why is it so hard for me to lose weight? So went on the trip, had a great trip. I felt great. I walked around in my bathing suit, no qualms. Like, I didn't feel freakish or anything. I'm happy with who I am and how I look. I want to be better. So when we came back, I think I had maintained. I was 186 when we came back. So when we had drinks and snacky foods, but we moved around a lot too. So I guess it all balanced out. But I really started thinking, like, my fitness is so good, and I feel like I'm really building a lot of good muscle, that I'd like to be able to see the definition a bit more. And so I started thinking about, like, people cutting and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I thought, well, what did I do to lose so easily in the beginning? Yes, we had the surgery and the lack of calories and the malabsorption, blah, blah, blah. But food-wise, what exactly did I do? And I did not cheat at all. I did not have a few crackers here and there. I did not have a cookie here and there. I was strict tight on myself. So I thought, let me go look at that. And I knew my carbs were really, really low. And so then I started researching the ketogenic diets. And I thought, you know what? I felt my strongest mentally with food choices and stuff in that period. And maybe there's something to the lack of carbs and the lack of craving. So I decided to start the keto diet, which is basically exactly what I was doing for the first, 9 months after surgery. And I didn't even really realize it. It was just the diet plan basically that my surgeon gave me, and that's what I did. So I've been doing it for almost the past 3 weeks. When I started, I didn't actually weigh on the day I started, because I knew I was up, and I had a feeling it was 189 again. And I can feel, I know my body now. I know if I'm up 3 pounds, exactly what it feels like. And it felt like 189. So, but I weighed maybe, 4 days into it, I want to say, and I was like 187. So I know I was probably 189. I started on a Monday, and this is the Friday of the 3rd week, so not quite 3 weeks yet. And this morning I was 179.9. So I've lost like 10 pounds. So that tells me that, yeah, this is what my body likes. This is what my body needs. The first couple of days were not that easy, because I really like chocolate, and I really had a cracker thing again. But since I've been back on it, I feel totally strong again. I feel mentally like I was in the beginning. It's really, really strange. I'm very happy. Sorry, my nose is just itching. Somebody must want to kiss me. But I feel like I'm really on point. And there's tons of videos on keto that you can go Google. So I'm not going to, talk about exactly what I'm doing with Google. But I'll just say that I'm basically keeping my net carbs around 20 grams a day. And eating a little bit higher fat. In the beginning, after VSG, I didn't worry about fat, because I ate such little, amount of food, that I knew the amount of fat I was eating really didn't matter. So that's why I think I was really basically doing keto. And I know I was in ketosis because I had all the symptoms back then. So yeah, it was keto back then. So I'm basically going back to my true basics, and that's what I'm doing. And I am enjoying it, and I am succeeding with it. Now, whenever I try something new, there's always critics out there that want to say something negative about it. Don't worry about it. Don't save it. I don't want to hear it, and I really don't care. This is what I'm doing for me. It's working for me. So please, if you have something negative to say, just unfollow me, unsubscribe, don't watch. I don't need it. If anybody does want some information on keto, I'm not promoting it. I'm not saying you have to do what I do. I'm just saying it's what's working for me right now. If you want information about it, I can send you a link to a couple of videos from researchers who are discussing it, and then other YouTube vloggers that have done week-to-week videos for over a year and have been very successful with it as well. So it's what I'm doing. Just wanted to put it out there. I'm back in the 170s. Yeah, I've only seen the 170s a couple of times this week, but I feel very comfortable that it's going to continue to go down. So I can totally see a difference in my body. I can see that my stomach is smaller and not as soft around the middle, and that makes me happy. That makes me very happy. So I don't necessarily have a number goal. I want to be in the 170s for a while. My original goal way back in the beginning of the year, like in December last year when I started this, I wanted to be 175. I still don't know if 164 is a realistic number for me to get back down to and maintain, but 175 seems totally doable right now. It's only 4 or 5 pounds away from where I am right now. So I guess that'll be my first goal, and then I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and go from there and see what happens. So I'll probably come back pretty soon. I'm not gonna do weekly videos. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'm gonna come back whenever I feel like it, and I'll give y'all updates on how I'm doing. And if you, like I said, if you're interested, message me. Also, I'm posting pictures on Instagram of the food I'm eating. So if you're interested in seeing what certain meals are that I'm eating that are great for keto, follow me on Instagram. My name is Voodoo Queen. It's all one word with the E at the end for Voodoo Queen, and I'll put a link to that below too. So yeah, that's where I am. I'll be 5 years out in November. So you know what? I'm gonna put a picture at the end. This picture came up when I was deleting pictures off my phone, and it reminded me of where I was 3 years ago when I was probably at my smallest. It was right after I had my tummy tuck, and that was really motivating for me too, to see that. And it's like, I don't necessarily want to look like that. I think I looked really thin there and not really muscular, but I'd like to get somewhere in that happy medium around there. So I'll put that side-by-side picture in too, from where I was then and where I am now. But yeah, so I guess maybe that's my goal, somewhere in the 160s. I don't know. My goal is to be happy. That's my goal. So y'all have a great week, a great month, a great whatever, and go out and make it happen. Bye, guys.